In this video, I'm going to use TradeWave in order to pinpoint exactly what are the best date ranges for the Santa Claus Rally based on the last 96 years. Let's take a look. This Santa Claus Rally was first discovered in 1970s. I don't recall by whom, but it's something that everybody's talking about. There are multiple articles out there. Nobody has exact pinpointing the best date ranges, but let's take a look at what are the date ranges people talk about. The traditional view for Santa Claus Rally, this is the day after Christmas until the second trading days of January. Let's go to TradeWave and see how did that actually perform in the last 96 years. By the way, I found a whole bunch of these date ranges and I put it in a Santa Claus portfolio so I don't have to waste your time by actually looking and playing around with it. So here it is from 26th until here. This is based on the last 10 years from December 26th until January 4th. It was only profitable 60% of the years last 10 years. But how about if we go to all of our data, which is 96 years? Based on the last 96 years, this date range is profitable 73% of the years. It's okay, but we can do a lot better than that. The expanded view is that some believe it spans the entire month of December, driven by holiday spending and general optimism. Let's go take a look. I already have 96 years here selected, so I am going to select the month of December. Here it is. You would have been profitable 75% of the years if you were in the market at the beginning of December until the last trading day of December. That's 72 out of last 96 years with an average gain of 2.84%, which is pretty good. Some others argue that it begins in mid-December leading up to Christmas Eve. Let's take a look at that. I've already selected that one. Mid-December, right here until Christmas Eve. That doesn't look so great. It's profitable 62% of the years for the last 96 years. That's 60 out of 96 years. Average gain was 1.81%. Not great, but if we go and look at the last 10 years, it's probably better. Yeah, last 10 years was profitable 80%, 8 out of last 10 years. But the average gain is even lower, 1.26%, with 2018 being a huge drop of 7.65%. So I'm not so hot on this one. But then, what has TradeWave discovered? The TradeWave discovered, and by the way, this should really be December 16th. However, whenever you see a date that's a weekend or a holiday in TradeWave, the analysis of TradeWave starts on the following trading day. Let's take a look at what TradeWave has found. TradeWave's 96 years, here's the 22-day date range, starting on December 16th until January 6th. You would have been profitable 82% of the years. That's 79 out of the last 96 years. So that's pretty exciting, with an average gain of 2.8%. Now take a look, there's a caveat in here. For example, in 2007, the market's this date range dropped over 2%. However, do you see the light green part above? It went up 3.66% first before dropping. If you were getting out after a 2% gain, you would have been profitable on this losing year. It's the same here. In the year 2000, it went up over 2% before dropping. It went up 4% in 1999, and then it dropped and lost 1%. Here too, 1.96% in 1990, and so on. You would have been profitable well over 90% of the last 96 years. The years you really could not have been profitable was here in 1936. You don't see any light green part, which means the S&P 500 didn't go up and drop first. Here too, 1956. Here also, 1961. You would have lost in these years. But you would have also made money on all these other negative years. You would have lost in year 2015. The prices went up 0.41% before dropping and losing almost 4%. But the overall probability looks pretty positive here. And I'm actually gonna I might trade this myself. Actually, not might, I will. Now let's take a look at gold instruments. Actually, look at this. There are 3 gold instruments that I've analyzed: GDX, GLD, and GC. I'm already in GDX, but I'm going to buy more. But let's just take a look at GDX here. Based on last 10 years, if you would have gone into GDX on December 12th and gotten out on January 4th, you would have been profitable 10 of 10 years with an average gain of 6.95%. In 2023, you would have made 4.85%. However, the market went up 9% more besides that before dropping and closing with a 4.85% profit. This is, I think, my favorite Santa Claus Rally date range for the instrument, which is VanEck Gold Miners ETF. It's pretty much the same for GLD and GC. They're a little up and down from there, but you can take a look at the dates that I've found right in the blog post that I published a couple days ago, and I'll have the link to it for it in the description of this video if you're interested. This date ranges, I mean, I just looked at it on TradeWave for Santa Claus Rally, but this is happening all over the place. Every one of these markets or sub-segment of markets have so many different patterns that come up every single day, and they are ranked right up here. Look at this. If I go to the December 16th, which is next Monday, let's go to S&P 500. Here's another pattern that happened on Newmont, or another pattern that happened in Cooper companies based on last 10 years. You can also find patterns based on the last 20 years if you wish. These are longer term patterns like Church and Dwight. I use their toothpaste, so I like this company. You can also change the probabilities. If you're okay with 19 out of 20 years, you get a much larger list. And they're all ranked by Sharpe ratio, so the top ones are usually better. You can go quite a bit. Here's based on last 50 years for Chevron. Look at that. It's a 144-day date range between next Monday until May 8th. Chevron has made an average of 13.52%, 86% of the years, 43 of last 50 years. It's a pretty decent 144 days, less than 6-month pattern. Last one, Disney, 17%, 43 out of 50 years. It's made an average of 22%. That's 86% of the years. Profitable. Pretty cool. You can find a lot of these, including cryptocurrencies. Although we only have 2 cryptocurrencies that have enough history for us. But there's like about 12 cryptocurrencies also tracked. Have a nice holiday. I hope it's a profitable December for you.